It's okay?
You want to interview
Yes.
me about how people have changed
Yes.
over the years?
Yes.
Okay.
And then put the glasses on.
I need the glasses.
Yeah. It's a fashion show. It's a fashion show. Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I can't see though.
It's okay. I listen.
Pardon?
I listen.
You listen.
Yes.
Well, what's your question? Oh, how people have changed over the years?
Yes.
That's a very big question I haven't thought about. Hello? This is Dr. Mildred Antonelli. I'm sorry. Okay. Can you come Friday at 2 o'clock? What about, oh, you mean next week? Well, the times I have available are Friday at 2 and Friday at 5:45. Can you come next week, Friday at 2? What's your insurance? It's an EAP. Oh, Aetna. Well, I take Aetna. Okay, so I need your name and telephone number. Yes, it's for next Friday, the 15th. Okay, that's fine. Back to your question. I'm sorry about that.
No problem.
Well, I don't have real information. The people I know have not changed. They're the same as they always were.
And how are people? How are people? What do people, let me sit on the floor. What do people come for? What's their problem?
Oh, you mean what people come
yeah,
for
like
therapy?
like your clients, yeah. Like what is going on?
May I ask why you're doing this?
It's for my project, Strange Learning.
For your
Art project, Strange Learning, a fashion show. And
for your fashion show?
Yeah, for my exhibition, and you are part of it. I told you about it.
I'm part of your fashion show?
Yeah, you have my glasses and you look beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Well, are you asking how patients have changed?
Yes, over the years. Like, what makes people tick? What brings people here? Why are people unhappy?
Well, I don't see any real change in terms of people who come here.
And what is their concern? What is their concern?
People come for all kinds of reasons.
Like what?
Can I tell you something?
Please.
This is not a good idea.
Why?
Because you're asking questions that require a lot of thought. And if they're not something I've been thinking about, I'm going to have to give you a very top of my head response without real thought behind it. So it's not really valid. People come because they have emotional problems, either problems in the way they see themselves or problems in relationships.
I listen.
And that hasn't changed.
Can you maybe speak about how are problems in relation how people see themselves?
How people see themselves and
Yeah, what's the
there's
problem?
no one way. Everybody's different.
Yeah. Just give me one example, no matter what, no names.
Pardon?
Please. You can give me one example, no names required.
An example of a problem?
Yeah, like how people see themselves. I lock the door, I close the door. Yeah, like how do
Well,
people
why don't you look at yourself?
Yeah, let's talk about me. Let's talk about
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
what would you say is the reason you came?
But you see,
What would you say is the reason that you came for therapy?
no, I will tell you this, but now I would like to know what you know to teach me.
Wait, why am I wearing these?
You don't have to, I just thought so.
Okay, what were you saying?
Okay, this here, we reverse the role. This time, we reverse the role. I write it down. For today, we reverse the role, and you tell me in general, what can I learn from your experience?
What can you learn from
your experience? Yeah. What can I learn? What can I learn from your experience? How many years? How many years? Yeah.
What have you learned? The answer is in you. I can't tell you what you learn. You have to tell me. What have you gotten out of coming here?
I've gotten out of coming here that I want to come more.
You've gotten out of coming here that you want to come more?
Yes.
But why?
Because I like you. You help me.
And what way do I help you?
Well, I will tell you next time. This time, I would love to know what it is for you to be a psychoanalyst for so many decades.
Say that again.
Okay, I'll write it down. What is the experience for you to be a psychologist for so many decades?
What has been my experience being a psychoanalyst for so many decades?
Yes, please, today, only today.
Pardon?
We do that only today. I listen.
What did you just say?
Today, I'm here to listen only.
Oh, today you're listening?
Yeah, just to listen.
I like getting involved in people's inner experience and helping them improve their lives. And I learn a lot about people. And I learn a little bit about myself. But I learn a lot about people. It's interesting.
Like what do you learn?
What did I learn?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you in 5 minutes
No, we have
what I've learned?
30 more minutes. We have 30 more minutes from my session. 30 more minutes.
I need more specific questions.
Okay. What? Surprise.
What are you gonna do with what I tell you?
I want to share it with the world so they learn something.
Pardon?
I want to share it with the world.
With the world?
To share it so people can learn. I think we're all the same.
Pardon?
I think we are all the same.
Yes, we're all the same. But you're asking questions that require hours of thought on my part that I can't answer in 5 minutes.
Try it in 30 minutes.
What have I learned?
Yeah.
It has to be more specific. What have I learned about what?
People. People's way of seeing themselves.
Well, for one thing, what I learned from the people I see does not necessarily apply to the whole world.
Stay with the
Because
people.
only the people who come for therapy are people who want to look at within themselves and take charge of their lives and change it. So they have to be introspective or ready to be introspective and to get to know themselves better.
Correct. Yeah. And then what is that? Like, what do you learn from that? Like, what is it like they usually share in common? What do they have in common? The people who come here and want to be introspective. Okay, let me write it down. The people.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Whatever I say, you cannot quote.
No.
You cannot quote me
No.
because I don't want to be quoted on something I've said off the top of my head.
I understand.
What's your motivation for wanting to know more about?
I tell you next time. Yeah, my motivation here is obviously my exhibition.
You have an exhibition?
Yeah, I told you. At MX Gallery.
Pardon?
I have an exhibition at MX Gallery.
You have an exhibition on Saturday?
No, at the gallery.
At the gallery?
Yeah.
It's ongoing now?
Yeah, it's ongoing now. It's a residency.
Pardon?
It's a residency. MX residency. It's called Strange Learning. So
I can't read that.
okay, you can't read that. Okay, I try to write it. Strange learning. From my psychologist.
I don't get it.
Okay, so what do people have in common?
Pardon?
What do introspective people have in common?
What do people have in common?
When they come to you, what is it how have they changed over all these years?
How have they changed?
How have people changed over all the years? You said they haven't changed, but isn't there anything that has changed? Okay, what have people in common who come here? How has it changed? How has it changed? How has it changed?
I don't experience change. My experience, it's not that people have changed. It's that at different times, in different places, I get different kinds of patients.
What do they speak about in these days? What do they speak about?
They speak about their feelings.
And what defines their feelings today? Do they talk?
Violence.
Like, remember, often I come here as an example. I talk about text, no?
You talk about sex.
No, not sex. Text. I talk about sex as well, but talk about text. I
Me
talk
too.
about texts, okay? Technology. Okay. I talk about sex and texting. Texting. Technology. I talk about sex
You
and
talk about
texting.
sex.
Yeah, and texting, remember.
Well, most people don't talk. Everybody talks about relationships.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about the way they feel about themselves and the way they see themselves.
And how, but how do they see themselves? Now they're having a lot of images.
Everybody sees themselves differently. There's no two people that are the same.
I know.
But everybody's a member of the human race.
Yes.
Everybody has the same needs.
Yeah. What are these?
But everybody has grown up in a different place. Even people in the same family have not grown up in the same environment, because even siblings are treated differently by their parents.
Yeah.
So they have different experiences. It's all about what people learn in growing up about how to meet their needs, and what do they learn that interferes with meeting their needs. That's what it's all about. And learning who they are and what they really want and feel and think. That's what it's all about. And everybody's different, because no two people have the same past life. Does that help?
That helps a lot, and I fully agree with you.
You agree with me?
I agree with you, of course.
That's good.
I agree with you. And you talk about the needs. I write it down. What are generally the needs? What are generally the needs? What are they? Needs. What are they? What are people's needs in general? People's needs from the population that comes here. You see. How has it changed over decades? How have needs changed over decades? Needs changed over decades. Okay, needs. What are people needs from the population?
Okay.
Yes.
People need satisfying, rewarding relationships.
Okay. Yes, what else?
And people need to feel that their inner selves are being expressed.
Their inner being expressed. Okay. Their inner being expressed. Okay, what else? What else?
And that comes about from being in relationships
Yeah.
where their needs are respected
Needs respect.
and appreciated.
Needs respected, and appreciated. Okay, good. So, what about, is that happening today more or less than decades ago? Because of technology. Today, people's relationship is text.
Is it happening more or less?
Yeah, it's like, because I experience less because text. Machine. Tuk, 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 tuk.
Yeah, but that's not happening in the people I see. I don't see any real change.
Mm-hmm.
Society has changed. People are struggling more economically now.
Economically, okay, yeah, economically, yeah. Society say, okay, yeah. Correct.
There's less opportunity
Less opportunity, okay, great.
to build your life around your creativity.
Correct.
It's more difficult.
Uh-huh. Correct.
There's more focus on money.
Focus on money. Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's not that people value money more. It's that it's more of a struggle to have the money that you need to live on.
Okay, struggle. Very beautiful. Beautiful distinction.
Pardon?
A beautiful distinction.
Oh, you like what I said?
Yeah. Okay, struggle to have money to simply live. And not that they experience it more, not that they appreciate it more than before.
Pardon?
You made a distinction, if I am correctly, between, I write it down.
I made a distinction
Between appreciating money today and appreciating money before. But it is not, and you say that's the same, that didn't change. But what's changed is, today you need money to even exist.
I didn't get everything you said. I got some of it.
Yeah. You said that today people just need more money to simply think, to simply exist.
I said that today.
Yeah.
The disparity
Yeah.
between the people who have excess money and power and the people who just want to have a good life has gotten greater. So there's more anxiety about money and more of a need to organize your life to have enough.
Yeah.
And less opportunity to organize your life around what really matters.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. That's beautiful. That is so correct.
Well, that's the change.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, need to organize to just survive and not enough time to organize what matters. What matters. Beautiful. Beautiful, Miller. Beautiful.
Okay,
Beautiful.
that's good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, very much. Very much. So how about technology? What do you think technology plays a part in all this? Technology. Let me write it down. Technology. Roll off. Roll off technology.
The role of technology.
Yes.
Well, I think technology has given us certain tools that enable us to do certain things more efficiently and effectively than we could before. But it's also got drawbacks, and I can't think of them right now. I think I don't know if I'm right, but I think there's more emphasis on technological development and less emphasis on artistic, creative development.
Okay, yeah. But in terms of understanding people's needs, do you think technology helps them? Okay, in terms of understanding.
If I didn't think psychology helps people, I wouldn't be a psychologist.
Yeah. But that was not my question. Wait a second. In terms of understanding people's needs.
It helps people respect their real needs more.
Knowledge.
And it helps people to be clearer on what's happening to them internally.
So in terms of understanding people's needs, does technology help?
I don't see how it helps.
Correct. I do not see how it helps neither. In fact, the opposite.
I don't see how it helps people understand their own needs better. I don't see any way. That doesn't mean it doesn't. I don't see it.
Yeah. Could it be, let me write it down. Could it be that I'm not crying today. I just need them I'm not crying today. I need it for my sharpener.
You
My
need a
pens.
sharpener?
No, I have it here, pencil sharpener.
Oh.
Look. Here, it's okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So, I think that technology distracts from people's needs. I think it creates anxiety, paranoia, and fear and stress. What do you think? Okay, I think, do you agree with that? Or do you experience a similar thing?
That's what you think.
That's what I think. Yeah, what do you think?
That's interesting.
Yeah? That's what I think. It's in my case the case. It's the case with myself.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Since I have the iPhone, my anxieties, my life goes spiral downward.
Since you have the iPhone,
Yeah,
how has your life changed?
down.
Down. In what way?
I lost myself.
You lost yourself.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
Next time.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
Remember, I always show you texts. Do I show you texts?
Okay.
Remember. Wait, let me write it down. Do you remember? Do you remember? I always show you texts.
You always show me text.
Yeah, the phone, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's because of my hearing.
No. I mean, text messages. Da.
Oh,
How old are your clients usually?
pardon?
The other clients, they're more older, no, not young.
Are they older or younger?
Yeah.
They're all ages.
All ages. What's the youngest?
What's the youngest?
Yeah.
Well, I used to work with children,
Yeah.
but I don't work with children because of my hearing.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't work with teenagers because they talk in a low voice. So
I love you.
the range of age that I work with is not representative. It's what I can, given my impairments.
Yeah. And when did you work with children? What
When?
year? Yeah, what year did you work with children?
I worked with children from, let me think. I worked with children starting when I was in college,
When was that? 19 what?
41.
1941. Okay, 1941. We had war, yeah. Okay, how was that? During war, how was the psychology of children during the war? Let me see. How was anxiety level during World War II, 1941? How was that?
Well, when I was in World War II, I was in college and I did volunteer work with children who had problems.
Because of the war.
No, it had nothing to do with the war.
What kind of problems?
The same problems children have today.
What are they?
Parents who don't understand them.
Parents who don't understand them.
Parents who don't understand them. Parents who are inadequate.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
A society that doesn't want to put the money into what children need.
What do children need
They
in
need
terms of
a-
money? Yeah.
Pardon?
Because you said put the money.
Well-
yeah.
I'm only going to talk about one thing.
Yeah.
Education.
Education. Okay. Education. Do you need money for education?
Pardon?
Does one need money for education?
Yes, education needs money.
Did you have money for education or did you educate yourself?
Pardon?
I had no money for education. I educated myself.
You educated yourself?
Yeah.
Well, but that's unusual. Most children need education from other people.
My educators were fascists.
Pardon?
My educators were fascists. My educators and my parents were fascists.
Your education and your powers,
No, my parents
your parents
were fascists.
were fascists.
Yeah. So I had to educate myself.
Oh,
I had to run away. I had to become American.
you had to,
You know, I had
you
to
had to
educate myself.
educate. Yeah, but what in your life enabled you to do that? What enabled you to grow up and be different from your parents?
Books.
Books.
Stolen books.
Stolen books.
Yeah. First I bought them, then I stole them. I learned that from a psychologist, a psychiatrist.
Pardon? First you bought them, then
Yeah.
you sold them.
Yes. I learned from a Paris psychologist who was a famous, he worked in one of the most important psychiatric clinics with some of the most
Who is
important
that?
people. It was a French Jewish psychologist who worked
Write
with
it
the
down.
situationists. Okay, psychologist who worked with Guattari, Felix Guattari. You don't know the situationists in Paris. I learned in Paris to steal. I got my introduction into book stealing. I do not steal anymore.
Oh,
But I learned it in Paris. I learned book stealing in Paris. It helped. It saved my life. Hitchhiking and book stealing.
did you say you worked with a psychologist?
No, it was my friend.
He was your friend?
Yes, he was a psychiatrist.
He was.
A psychiatrist. He was in
A
a
psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, psychiatrist. And
when was that?
that was in 1979,
How old were
1980.
you?
I was maybe 19, 20 years old.
Oh, and how did you happen to know him?
Through a girlfriend.
Through a girlfriend.
My life is always through women.
Pardon?
I always meet women that are unusual.
You always meet women who are unusual?
Yeah. It actually, I have to say, it was in the mid-80s, a bit later.
Pardon?
It was a very beautiful woman who dated that girl. I know, a beautiful
very
woman.
beautiful
Yes.
woman who...
I studied in Paris. It was 85 now, remember. 85.
She was 85?
No, it was in 1985.
Oh, how
Or
old were you
84.
then? When were you born?
In 1981. Let me say, no, sorry, I have to go back.
What year were you born in?
In 1961.
So you were 24.
Yeah, something like that. And then I met this beautiful woman who I liked. And she was the girlfriend of a much older man who was a psychologist, psychiatrist.
And you got to meet him.
Yes, and I started to become a good friend of him. And he taught me a lot. He taught me how to steal books.
He taught you how
To steal books.
to see books?
Steal books. We went book stealing together.
To write books?
No, to steal books. Okay. We only discussed. We only were discussing and reading. We only discussed and were reading and stealing books. We only talked philosophy, and went book stealing. Stealing in approximately 1984, 85, 86, something like that. I think it was 86.
That's very interesting. Let's talk about that. We have to go.
You have to go? The time is up.
5:30.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Well, we have to talk about that part of your life.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Thank
leave
you.
the door open.
Yes.
And if someone's there,
Yeah.
tell them to come in.
Thank you.